why SPY is going to crash in July. There has been some delay, and I mean, obviously, it's not easy to predict because the market makers wants to delay the crash, right? It's going similar to 207, 208, but it's just that this 208 area before crash happened, they just continue to delay these things. They just continue to. So in 208, they crash. The crash starts from here after its peak. The crash start from here, but instead they use leverage. I don't know what leverage they use, but they use some kind of weird shit, and they pump this up. It looks like bull run, and maybe they wanna. Maybe this might be a short squeeze because maybe there's a lot of bets against the SPY, and then all those put options or the shorts getting squeezed up here maybe before crash. Maybe that's one of the reasons too. So I don't know. Maybe market makers is delaying, also squeezing shorts before crash happens. So maybe there's a combination of both. But I'm gonna show you where it is at, and then I'm gonna actually tone this down so you can pay attention to what I'm gonna show you here. So what I want you to pay attention is RSI. As you can see, in 207 February, this RSI was at the top. In 2024 March, RSI was at the top. As you can see, RSI is continuing to decline as the price is moving up. This is what is called bearish divergence. When you see this pattern here, and this is the fourth times, this is exactly the fourth time that hit the top and then crash begins. Okay, we are actually about to see a huge market crash that brings SPY up to this level, maybe 200, maybe 150, major crash. So from here to here, yeah, like 70% crash or something, like a huge crash, like 60-70%. I don't know, some kind of weird crazy stuff. I don't know why that will be the trigger. I don't know what will be the trigger. Maybe it could be BBBY. Maybe it could be a meme basket stock squeeze. Or I don't know. But something will trigger here. It's just that market maker wants to delay a month and month after that, right? They just want to buy time. Maybe, you know, they need more. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they need more time. They need to buy. You know, they need more money. They need time for liquidation. I don't know. You see, last weekend Jeff Bezos also sold his Amazon shares, several billion or something. Nvidia CEO also dumped his shares. You start to seeing CEO dumping shares, and you're gonna find out why. Because it's going to crash big time. And that will be in July. It will be the starting is going to be in July. And I saw also Powell might be resigning. Trump might fire him or something. I don't know politically, but something's going to happen. So, but as technical point of view, that's kind of what you see here. You see this thing hit the top, second, third. As the price is moving up, RSI is going down. This is bearish divergence. This is exactly what's happening here. 206 November, and then 207 May, 207 October, right? This is exactly what you're seeing here, right? So this is May 2008, right? And that's where we at, May 2008, before crash. Okay, something's going to happen. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. So that's what I'm seeing here. SPY is going to crash a big time, like crazy. I don't know what would the trigger. Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin is also doing this, right? It's just that they're dragging time. They're buying time. I don't know why. Maybe they need more time to have more buyers, right? People might see this and then, oh yeah, this thing will go fucking couple 100,000, couple like 200K, 300K, right? Like, look at SPY, like it's pumping. So, oh, it's bull market. People, retail investors and, those people will, bring their money into the market, right? And what market makers wants to do? They dump their shares to them, right? They have to, so because they don't want that flash crash, or they don't want it, they just want it to stay above certain level for a period of time, and looks like the crash is over. Okay, crash hasn't started yet. Something, and also BBBY stuff and GME, AMC, all that stuff, everything is all going to happen here. And this will be the reset of the market, right? As you guys know, right? And that's how I see it too. They set it up here. Call Icon, he paid $96 million, and then he paid $96 million to SEC that he doesn't want to disclose his assets or his holdings. He paid $90 million, right? Which means that something is much more worth than $90 million that he paid to SEC, right? So what is that? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But that's kind of what I want you to tell you here, right? Not SEC, sorry. SPY is going to crash. We are here. You see how? So now I'm gonna move to the daily here. So we are actually 2008 May level, believe it or not. So you see, so basically this thing happened, same thing happened here, boom, boom, pushes up. This thing just pushes up here, but like you imagine this thing pushes up this level. That's what actually what you're seeing here. And this thing is going to crash like that, right? So I don't know what's going to happen in July. Something is going to happen, right? Some people say like, yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. So that's kind of what I see here. This is showing a perfect bearish divergence, same thing as 2007, 207, 208, and then this is about to have a major crash. How much was this pullback here? This was from here to here. This is like about 50%. Yeah, 50% is nothing. This is like fucking giant bubble. I'm seeing a huge crash, like big crash. So that's why you see Amazon, Jeff Bezos, what is that? Like all the CEOs are dumping shares. They know what's coming. What's his name? The Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan. He never sold his shares back in 2008, but he's selling his shares, right? Because they know what's coming, right? So, people like newbie investors, dumb investors, they're buying shares, from them, right? They're like, oh, thank you. Oh, it looks like it looks like it's a bull run. No, it's not. This is right before crash. They're dumping shares on you. They make it look like a bull market, but it's apparently not. You're gonna see a severe market crash that I think a lot of things are going to happen, and I don't know what will be the trigger. So I want you to let you know that we are not in a bull. The SPY is not a bull run. SPY is going to crash, like big time. Same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing similar thing, but as you can see, and when I show this one here, I've been talking about bearish divergence from RSI from Bitcoin. This is all-time high. It hit all-time high here, right? So basically, this part where what you're seeing here is very tiny. This is what happened in 2021 January, right? There's a pullback from meme stock squeeze. Same thing happened here, but they're just dragging out, right? There's much more time delay when you compare it to this one, but it's the same level that they created. And after that, there's a run, right? So they also did this with this one. So you pass all this too. There's a pullback, And now what you're seeing is this one. Okay, so we are actually doing this one here, and I think yeah, we might be doing this, I think. Yeah, so Bitcoin might pump one more time and then crash. That's how I think, because as you can see, when you look at RSI is also moving down. This is moving down. Like, don't look at the price, look at RSI. That tells you if this one has a strength or not, right? So as you can see, this is the same thing as SPY. It's going all-time high, but why RSI is going down? You tell me. Why RSI was going down when 2007 price was moving up? Okay, this is fake. This is I don't know if this is called manipulation, but this is what tells you, right? The price is fake, right? This is a something to, they drag more time. It looks like, you know, price is moving up. Apparently the big money, maybe they're selling, right? They're dumping, right? There's no strength. Strength is losing, and then suddenly, boom, collapse, right? Right? It hit here. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Let me change the color. I'm trying to change the color to, maybe I change to yellow. Yeah. So one here, another bump there, third bump right there, and then another one, which is this one. But this one went up higher than this one, this level. So it looks like this is heading for a bull run. Apparently, when you look at RSI, it's not. It's here. So same as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, it looks like they're like all going heading for all-time high, and yeah, maybe, right? But RSI will be still at the bottom. They're still like fuck around here. They're gonna, when it start to crash, that's when crash happen here. Same level. And this is what you see here, right? From Bitcoin. So when you see from that, from here to there, Bitcoin dropped minus 74%. Bitcoin from maybe pushes up a little bit higher, and then maybe come down. Yeah, maybe another 70% pullback or something, you know. So you're seeing a repetition of a huge cycle here. Okay, this is 2007, this is 2021, this is 2024-5. You see, you're seeing a big you're seeing a huge cycle here. Okay, maybe I just do a regular. Yeah, you're seeing a huge cycle here. So yeah, I think Bitcoin was actually made, you know, people talks about like, oh yeah, Bitcoin is like some sort of a, what do you call that, like, you know, it's crypto, and you know, it's like assets that are like, yeah, like maybe you know, crypto is it's assets, you know, assets that, you know, it's not manipulated and all that stuff, you know, it's unregulated and all, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I think you cannot control this. Look at this cycle. Like, somebody pumped this thing up. I mean, this is all scam, I think. You know, they use the leverage, you know, the big money, right? When it comes to a bull run, they use the leverage, and then they you know, let it run, and then when it comes down to you know, this cycle where, like, yeah, they just, you know, rock people out, and then they take profits or whatever, you know. So there's definitely a cycle here in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, I don't think it's gonna go like a couple 100,000 or 300,000, whatever, this year, you know. It's just going through this cycle, you know, every time, like 4 years or whatever, they go cycle. But and that's what you're seeing here. And let's go to GME here today. What I'm seeing, and then maybe I want to bring this post here today. Where was did I made a post here? Oh yeah, this one. So last post I mentioned that this was last post yesterday. About maybe $2 to $4 billion worth acquisitions might drop this week. So apparently, so this was the fractal I was looking at, right? I thought maybe they did this, and then maybe it's gonna pop and then start to dropping, right? But instead, it popped, and which I thought it's here. Apparently, it's here. So I want to show you that today, and but that doesn't mean that this thing um, yeah, this thing will still, I think, have a pullback. And as you can see, this gap setup is clearly there. And I might be wrong about this direction. But when I took a look at AMC also have a same gap here as well, which means that there's a purpose for it. There's a reason why AMC also left a gap here, a very similar spot as GME, right? GME also left a gap there, right? When you look at GME also left two gaps, right? Two gaps here. Oh shit. Yeah, when I change to 30 minutes, you can see there's a one gap down there, one gap here. AMC also have a gap here and gap there, and then it kind of fit with this fractal. So I don't know. It might be. Yeah. They might run like this. Who knows? I mean, this area is not really clear to me. But I think we are very close. Let's take a look at GME, because AMC will most likely will follow. Same as FFAI. FFAI did went up 14%. I think this is still yeah. When I use the GME fractal to look at FFAI, FFAI is also, I think, have a pullback, right? When GME pullback, GameStop pullback, AMC will pullback, everything whole basket style pullback, and I think this is where FFAI is. But anyway, so when you look at this one, so this is my comparison, and I want to explain this one right now. This is kind of fractal they run, right? After they announced Bitcoin acquisition, they dropped, it went sideways, but somehow they created a certain fractal here. And I was looking at really closely how I look at SPY and Bitcoin. I'm looking at a pattern. I'm looking at something that really catch my eyes, which is so I thought that last night's stream, I thought that we're doing this one, but it's apparently, when I took a look at RSI again, apparently we are somewhere here like that. So what okay, so what I'm gonna show you, hold on. So this is a part where I feel sometimes yeah, it's sometimes really difficult, right? Because I know the direction, but I just sometimes market maker, they sometimes run things a lot faster, right? So as you can see, there's a clear indication of this two double top, right? You see this M shape here? That same M shape was created somewhere here or something like that, right? Yeah, there's definitely something here, right? And after this pullback, as you can see, RSI, it goes up and down, right? It goes up, down, right? And you can see this thing pop twice. So there's definitely yeah, they definitely run this thing faster. And then after that, they go up and down, right? You see there's a RSI push down this much. Also, this thing also did this one up and down, right? And then as you can see, this one, I'm gonna change to 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, maybe 1 hour is better. You see how, yes, you see how this thing hit here, right? This is another pullback, There's a pullback here, pullback there, right? But there's pullback here, and I think this pullback was here. Yeah, and then this one and pullback. Oh, sorry, this pullback I think was here. So I'm gonna show you that run right now. 1 second. Yeah, it's a little confusing. I know it's not easy. If everything is easy, like everyone should be millionaire by now, right? So this one is complete, but when you look at this one, it looks like they actually did this one and then about to pull back, right? But now they went up today about 3%, and then you'll be like, okay, you copy was wrong. No, I'm not. What they've done is, what this means, I think, is they did this instead. They drag it out. So now it's here. See what I mean? I know it's really, really confusing, and that's what market makers' job, right? Their job is to confuse people, right? And shake off people, right? It's not easy. And my job, I mean, it's not my job, but what I'm trying to figure out is, what are they actually doing, with this time and the fractal. So now, since this fractal is complete, and I'm gonna just copy this fractal, and I'm gonna show you this one. So this fractal is complete. So I'm gonna tone this one down and bring this fractal here, because you don't need that one anymore. So now you see the time is different, right? There's a delay. So what they did was, they've done this one, right? Let me see. Let me pull this one RSI here one more time. So forget about this part. This part is complete, right? So just look at this part. Just look at this area. Just look at, start from here. Just look at this area. So now you pay attention only this one. You focus on this part. Focus on this part. Okay, so now it's better, right? So RSI touches the bottom, go up, have a one more pullback, which what they did it here, and they did somehow went up faster, right? This one pushes up faster. This one was very slow. Okay, so that's why it was so, I mean, it was very difficult to, I mean, it's not difficult, it's more like that's what they did it here, right? So instead of like going up so fast and pull back, they go like slow and pull back, which what they did here. Okay, this pullback, you see, it was this pullback last Friday. So which means is this one. So that's why we saw a run 3%, because okay, this part. So this was Friday, and this is what you saw today. Okay, this is what you're gonna see tomorrow, and this is what you're gonna see Thursday. All right, if they run this thing like this fractal. If not, if they decide to run this thing like slow again, yeah, like this goes next week and stuff, but I hope not. And then another important thing is, when you line this up, this thing touches here, and then this thing cannot pushes up this level, because they can't. They don't have a catalyst. They can't push this up. They need a catalyst. So I think they might, I think it's gonna have a pullback, and then something will be announced here. As you can see, when you draw a line from the bottom to the bottom, let's say if this one actually have a pullback, it have a perfect triangle shape, and then by the tipping points at the end, that tells you when this thing will drop and stuff like that. So I think it might happen on July 9th, which is next week. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I don't know. If not, maybe it can be faster, like based on this fractal. So based on this time, I think it might be maybe Monday. Hold on. So with this one, goes up, down, and they did this one today. So they dragged this one out. It's like crazy. So let's say, so forget about the first part. Just look at the second part. So they have a one more pullback last Friday and pushes up. We are here, and then when this thing start to go down, yeah, that's when you see. So I think somewhere between July 8, 9, maybe July 9 or 8. That's when this thing will happen, I think. And July 10. So I think we're gonna see something next week. Have a giant pullback. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Fill this gap. Also, AMC will follow GME, right? Because when GameStop have a private offering and then drop this much on June 11th and June 12th, AMC follow. So AMC drop. Oh, sure. AMC also drop as well, right? So yeah, I think it should be next week. So I don't know what this pullback is gonna be, to be honest with you. But I think that's kind of where we at. Okay, so there's a reason why GME went up 3% based on this fractal. It's perfect. So we might see a small like a quick dip here tomorrow, and then pushes up again, and that's Wednesday. So starting from Wednesday, based on this fractal, it looks like it's gonna start to drop, and Thursday, and then this week there's no Friday, right? I think it's holiday, right, for US. So it makes sense that maybe GME does this Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday market opens, something happened. I'm not sure if they're gonna drop this thing on Thursday though, right? I don't know, we'll see. And then I think they're gonna drop this on Monday, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? But and after that, they drop this thing on Tuesday market close or Wednesday, right? So I think that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Have a pullback by Thursday. So that's why it is not easy. People make fun of me, for this. How my date is always wrong. I like Salvatore actually posted this one.
Questions with confidence is you copy, because he's no one's a fucking clairvoyant. The only person that can answer those questions with confidence is you copy, because he's happy to throw out dates all the time and people get pissed off at him. But you copy he's the Bruce Willis of TA. He's formless. He will adapt to any fucking thing. He will change his TA. He will set a new date and he will say it with conviction, and he will be wrong and he will say a new fucking date. If you want dates, go to you copy. No one's
okay. So I want to say something about this one. So So yeah, I throw dates, and that's why people get pissed, at me because maybe they play call options, and also I got burned a lot too, right? So it's not easy, like and but when the call options hit, then you make a lot of money, and if you put option hits, you make a lot of money. The problem is the figuring out the dates and the time for the run. That's what I'm trying to do, right? Like if you see GME run like 200-300%, you make like shitload of money, to be honest with you. And today, um, I talked to Ramirez today, and then I told him there might be a pullback. Just be careful, don't throw too much money. And then he said okay, but October call will be safe. He bought October call, so I think October call should be safe, unless they don't delay too much. I hope not. So yeah, I'm just saying, this is I'm also trying to figure out the time and the time for the run, and it's not easy. I'm not the one that delaying it. They're the one that delaying, and then as me as a trader, as a retail trader, I'm just trying to adapt to the market makers algo. That's pretty much it, so it's not easy. It's not really easy. If this is easy, everyone should be millionaire. I should be millionaire too. I should be billionaire. But it's not. So but I'm gonna continue to watch out for the market makers, what they're trying to do, because think about it, right? You're trying to figure out their time, right? Like basically, like think about like you're trying to figure out the code, right? Like a Da Vinci code or something, You're trying to figure out their code. That is like very secretive, like that, like the market makers and the hedge fund, they don't want you to make money, right? That's why they're delaying these things, burning calls, because it looks like it's gonna rip this time, but they drop it like shit like that, and then because and then after that you figure out, oh shit, yeah, they run this thing like maybe in a different fractals, or like maybe they're delaying it, right? Maybe this the time decay, and that kills the call options, since options like that. So that's why I'm trying to be careful with this one too. They're delaying this thing. They're delaying. I mean, because there's going to be a huge run. I'm expecting a huge run, and because the fact that they're delaying this thing, I think if you want to buy a call option, I think you should just wait for pullback. But if you don't believe me, that's fine, right? It's up to you, and I'm not here to give anybody like the perfect dates and stuff, but and which I'm also trying to figure out every single day based on the speed of algo. Every day is different. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, sometimes extremely slow, and you have to adapt to what they're making. They're the one that has the answer, right? But you're trying to find out their answers. That's what I'm trying to do, right? It's not easy. Anyway, this tells me this thing looks like August 22nd. I don't know. I'm skeptical about August 22nd or 26th or something like that. Who knows? This might be delayed to September. So I right now I'm just watching this one to play this out. If I see this pullback, and then first dump and stuff like that, and second dump, and when I see third dump, then I can make a decision. Oh yeah, maybe this will run this time. So October call should be safe, to be honest, like long dated call. But anything that is too close is very dangerous to me, because if they drop this much to fill these gaps, like that will destroy calls. So just be careful. If you want to hedge, you can hedge with puts, but it's up to you. But I'm just trying to all I'm trying to say is, like, just be careful. Something's going to happen, I think, in July. Even SPY is gonna crash, right? So something is going to happen in July that Yeah, and the GameStop might do a major acquisitions, and how they're gonna run this thing, this level. They need a catalyst, right? What kind of catalyst they need? And I think I don't. I mean, I'm looking at BBBY stuff too, and I don't think BBBY is ready yet. So I'm not sure BBBY is for this run. But like I said in last stream, maybe they want to test something before they have BBBY run. So I think maybe this is cause of some major acquisitions, and then the board members from PSA, for example, they're getting GameStop shares, something like that. I think that's very reasonable. And then shorts must deliver their shares, right? So they're covering their short positions, things like that, causing a huge run. Up to that, maybe a possible January squeeze top peak level. And then come down to May June level high last year, and I think there's a reason why Roaring Kitty came back to create fractals, and also to create this type of support, right? There's always a reason, there's always purpose. They don't just come back for money. So that's how I think. And then they need a catalyst to create that. And if GameStop run from here to up to this level, let's say GameStop run 400% from this level, then your call options it's going to be I think it could go up to maybe I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5,000% or something. I don't even higher. I don't know. So and the people post that GameStop call options is very cheap now. If they drop one more time, I think it will be cheaper, right? So just be careful. I know this guy posts about the FTDs. Since 2022, there's more FTDs. That's good. 30 days IV is now as low as it was when the Roaring Kitty returned. GameStop contracts are very, very cheap, right? So this is very attractive, and it's you feel like after you read this and you want to buy some GameStop call options. But if you're thinking about GameStop call options and you're thinking, when should I buy, right? That's the first question in your mind. And let's say you buy, right now is July 1st. Maybe I want to buy July OPEX, or maybe buy August OPEX, right? After you see this, right? Because I talk to people, and then a lot of people apparently they don't do TA, right? They just look at this chart and they just buy calls whatever they feel like, right? Oh, I feel like this, I buy calls, maybe, right? I saw IV is cheap now, so okay, might as well I just throw some money. So let's say you buy July OPEX call. Let's say you buy August OPEX call. Based on the speed, July OPEX call will be destroyed, right? Because let's say if they pull this back, right? Like the speed, maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe they're gonna run this thing, but what if they do actually acquisitions, and maybe they do actually like couple billion, 3 billion, some sort of like large acquisitions? I think this is all test. Private offering, 2 billion private offering, 700 million Bitcoin purchase, and they drop this much. This is all acquisitions happening here, right? They haven't dropped the real acquisitions yet, right? The major one. And I think that's what we're gonna see, right? So when you see that, let's say, they acquire PSA, they acquire some major company, then this thing will drop, right? And the call options, let's say somebody bought a call option for July OPEX, that July OPEX will be gone, right? So that's very dangerous, right? And then let's say August call, right? August OPEX. Let's say the market maker, they delay this thing, right? Let's say I'm seeing the first thumb after this thing here, 1, 2, 3, and then let's say they delayed this much. Hold on one second. So maybe the first thumb happened here on mid-July, maybe July 16. Let's say just sketching out. This is not final, guys. Don't look at this as a final sketch, final artwork. This is all sketch. So that's why when you do a sketch, right? Like when you draw, remember when you were back in kid drawing some sort of a sketch? You're sketching out some something, and you can always erase and modify, right? That's what I'm doing here based on the daily activities, based on what happened every day. So I can erase and go back and change and modify it. If I don't do that, then you have to be really quick to adapt with the changes. So you have to go back and erase what you saw before, and you have to quickly adjust, and then admit that I'm wrong, and I have to quickly look for a resolution, right? Look for some answer, what the market makers is planning, and what RC is planning. I have to look at that in that perspective. So let's say they do drop this one by July, maybe not 11, maybe July 10th or something. Let's say July 10th, right? This is just sketch. Maybe thump happen here. Maybe they need some time to make a thump. It can be quick, it can be a little bit slower. You just kind of round it up, and maybe this thing start to kick off maybe around August. So yeah, August OPEX call might be safe if this thing happen. If you buy OPEX call for, let's say 30 or 40 something, right? But the OPEX call can be cheaper when the price drop this much, right? So that's the thing. So just to let you know, and then this thing is heading into end of August, right? So maybe yeah, so OPEX is around here. So I'm just sketching out. Oh shit, sorry. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I don't want to take too long, but and then I want you to look at. I want to show you this one as well. Why I could see another pullback like this one. 1 second. So I'm seeing this repetition of the same fractals play out, like what happened in June, before the private offering happens. So 1 second. So this thing is complete. So 1 second. So this is done. Stop, Coco. He's licking my palm. So this is done. This is done. Now this is heading for this one here. So this is 1 hour. This is 30 minutes. Okay. So I'm gonna just maximize the screen. So this is 1 2 1 2. They drag it out, right? Much more. They're just they're just crazy. So they're dragging out more than what they happened in June 9th. This June period, early June period before the private offering happened, and then after these two things complete, this thing pop, right? So you see how much went up this much from here to here. This one also went up 3%. Exactly what happened today, right? You use the fractals and then apply to it, and you pretty much got the similar price level. So I think the drop will happen on Tuesday a little bit. We'll come back up again. Wednesday is when this thing drop happens, so that's Wednesday, and then Thursday. That's kind of what I'm seeing here, unless they drag it out. So I don't know what this pullback might be. It might be because of the SPY pullback or something. I don't know. Maybe they announce something here. But I think the possible acquisition news could happen. Maybe July 8th. Yeah, July 8th. Sorry, I have to change. July 7 or 8, but yeah, maybe July 8th. If they track this one, right, this way. And you see this RSI is already picked here. So I'm gonna grab the circle. The RSI picked here. That's what I saw here. And I think what comes next is this yellow line, right? You see how this, so there's a purple line and yellow line. Just pay attention to the yellow line, and I'm gonna and then to help you understand a little bit better, I'm gonna tone this the purple line, and then just you can focus on the yellow line for a little bit. So when you look at the yellow line now, you can kind of clearly see the similar pattern here, right? From the bottom and move up, from the bottom, climbed up, from this bottom, climbed up again, from this bottom, climbed up, but they just do weird stuff just to make you like they just deceive you. And after that, it moved up today. That's what happened. 3%, 3%. This is the spot. So if they're tracking this, you might see a slight pullback and then recovery, and then this happened on Wednesday. We might see this. This is Wednesday, and then this might be Thursday. This might be Thursday, and then maybe Monday, and then Tuesday. So something will happen between Monday or Tuesday here. That's like this. So anyway, if you see this drop, GameStop up to $22 level to fill this gap, $22.30, then it's the same spot as what they did it here. It's a gap here. There's a gap here, gap here, gap here. And then I think if they announce something, this thing just will rapidly come down as what you saw there. And then I don't know how fast this will be, but I don't know if this come down that level, but it might come down to fill this gap, and that will be the final bottom before making a big move, I think. I don't know, I might be wrong, I'm just saying. So but this whole thing will play out within 2 weeks. Everything will be revealed in 2 weeks. So we're gonna find out if what I'm seeing is the one that market makers and Ryan Cohen is doing. If I'm wrong, then maybe there might be different fractals. But I think based on tracking AMC and based on tracking FFAI, I think there might be one more drop before this thing starts to kick off a run. I don't know. I just feel it just looks so same. Maybe market makers confusing me, right? But something tells me that it's weird. So this one is done here, and this one was done here. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's like pull back. Yeah, actually this one is complete here. Yeah, this one is done it here. Yeah, this one is here. Yeah, for some reason they run this thing pretty fast. This one is done it here. So you can see how this thing have a, in the middle there's a pullback here. Here there's a pullback here. So basically they run this area way faster than this part in June 2nd and June 3rd. In June 13 to June 16, and this area, right? So some area they run fast, some area they run slow. So that's why it's like so confusing. So this is complete. So this part is complete, right? And this part is complete, right? It goes up, goes up like that. Yeah, there's like that. And then this thing plays out. So they did 1, 2, and now heading for 3. So yeah, let's see if I'm right. I think we're very close to find out whether GameStop will acquire large acquisitions. And I think a lot of people already kind of been waiting for the PSA acquisition news. And I think they're gonna acquire PSA. I think, yeah. They said, oh yeah, we're not acquiring PSA, but I don't know, because maybe they don't want to admit yet, right? Who knows? Maybe they acquired their parent company, right? So they are not actually directly acquiring the PSA card, but they're acquiring like maybe their parent company or holding company or something. I don't know. So they're actually not they actually are not lying, if that's the case, like legal term. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. Just to let people know that where we at. In my opinion, I'm not saying that we are actually going through this thing, but and I'm seeing a lot of hypes in the community too. So yeah, it's not easy to buy calls and make a lot of money. And I'm also trying to figure that out as well. So just be careful. Just wait. Just be patient. I think there will be the time. There will be a sign. Even not Ryan Cohen. Sorry. Ruin Kitty said there will be a sign. And just maybe wait for the sign. Just wait for the sign. I mean, if you're not like a trader like me, like if you don't want to, like, it really depends. If you want to buy, like, if you rather play safe, maybe buy longer call, right? Like maybe like long dated call. I think that might be a lot safer, right? But yeah, like I don't really do like a weekly. Like my if I do call options play, I think it will be either 2 weeks out or 1 month out. That's what I do, and I don't do like weeklies. Weeklies just it just drives you crazy. I think I've done it before, and I think that's not for me. So you just have to find what you what worked for you, and I found that what worked for me is 1 month and 2 months out is the best for me, I think. But I made up some result, and also if I feel confident, I do 2 weeks out. I don't do weekly. And the weekly just drives you crazy. I've done put options, and I like I said, that was a test. That was a test because I want to test it out, because I wanted to play certain volatility area, such as maybe this one. If I got it right, I'll probably make some money. And also maybe put options for something like this giant pullback, right? I wanted to test the put option, because imagine you made a lot of money here. Let's say you made like 100K, right? And then that there's gonna be a giant pullback, and then this pullback is like 40 to 50% pullback. And then let's say you bet some put options and you make also another money, right? So, but before heading into that, and that's also very dangerous too, but before heading to that, I just wanted to play with the puts, and then I made some I made some money from put options, and this one made me gain about 500%, right? And then if I left it there, if I don't cut it from here or here, and then I didn't know this thing dropped up to this level, I could have gained 1,000%. So 28% drop can make you 1,000%, or at least 500 to 1,000% gain, and I experienced that. So I think so yeah, it really depends how you want to play. Do you want to play just only call? Do you want to play both? And then I've been testing out with both. And then and yeah, sometimes it hits and you make a lot of money. Sometimes it does, you lose all of your money. So it's very it feels like gambling, but that's the thing. You just have to find out when you buy a call. So I think for me, all I can say is based on what I'm seeing here, not financial advice, but just be careful buying too much call options. I think there will be a sign. If you, let's say, if you see a GameStop drop this much, like that's like sign. Like this is like, oh yeah, like this is it, you know. But don't do weeklies. You know, weekly is just too crazy. And then, like I said, the market makers right now, they're all they got is time. They're trying to like dry people out with call options, right? Because of the data, right? Data decay. So they're gonna, you know, drain you. They fuck you over with time, right? Time is value for options. So I think I would say, like, even if you see, like, let's say drop and then, oh yeah, it's cheap, I want to buy, then I think maybe a couple months out is like maybe 2 months out, maybe 3 months out might be safer. Like what Remez got, right? Remez got October call option. I think October call option is safe, let's say, for this rally. Even if they delay 1 month, let's say I'm seeing this pick on end of August. Let's say they push this one on until September. Still, October call option is safe, right? And then we don't know yet how long this will be delayed, right? Like we could see this might play out for about, like, let's say about a month, and then maybe this can drag it out for another month and a half or 2 months. You know, who knows, right? So you don't know the fact that the market maker can always drain this thing, drag this down, drag the time. So just be careful. Maybe, yeah. But anyway, that's just pretty much it for today. I ramble so much, but I start with SPY just to let people know that we are not in a bull run. We are not in a bull cycle. We are actually in the right before crash, and then apparently the market maker or some reason, I don't know why they went, they just popped things up so much. But RSI tells you that we are not in a bull cycle. We are about to crash, like really big time. And I don't know what's the catalyst. Maybe I don't know. Something's going to happen. Like something's going to happen. I don't know what is something, but something's going to happen starting from July. And then you see how, let's say this is July until October, maybe November. There's gonna be let's say if this pullback like that, and then pop a little bit, and then you see this giant crash. This thing is from next year, March, April, May, and this is 2027. So I mean, but I don't know, like let's say if this, maybe this speed is maybe faster, so maybe this thing can play out maybe by next year. Who knows? This is based on the speed of this one. I just matched with this one, but I think the major short squeeze event will happen next year. We're gonna have a rally, I think, this year at least, like let's say 300 to 400% rally, but let's say like 1,000%, like giant short squeeze, I think that will come next year. So I'll say just like maybe shares may be safer. If you want to play calls, just be careful. I think especially this year, based on my experience for this year, buying calls and puts and all that stuff, I think this year is really difficult because the fact that market maker, they drag out the time, and they just drain you, and then dry your options, and kill your call options and data. So just be careful with this here. Maybe a long dated call might be better in my opinion, but sometimes the human greed is like, oh yeah, I wanna buy cheaper call options, and I want to make more money, and that's everyone's dream, and it's not easy, and that's also what I'm trying to figure out. And we'll see, but anyway, yeah, within 2 weeks we're gonna find out whether GameStop is gonna have a pullback up to this level, $17 gap, or not. Okay, so we're gonna find out within 2 weeks. And then after that, if this thing actually plays out like this, then we're gonna see a first dump. And the funny thing is FFAI also showing a dump. Okay, if this is I think this is what FFAI is doing right now. Yeah, this thing goes up to September, so maybe September OPEX might be the fucking, yeah, this thing you see how this thing is delayed. Like, let me show you something. People say, oh yeah, fuck, you copy is like delaying shit. Let me show you something. Let me show you how I'm also very frustrated about this one too. It's not just you, I'm also frustrated. I want to make money too. Look at this. This is what market maker is doing, right? Let me show you something. So I know, but I kind of, I start to track the FFI December to see the whole how the whole basket stock is moving. Look at this. Based on this speed, it was completely fine until, and when you look at this, when you bring the fractal in, the squeeze looks like it's gonna happen in June, right? But look at this. But this, okay, so based on this first fractal, with the speed, the squeeze looks like it's gonna happen in June, but it didn't. Why? Because they delaying it from here. All the fractals is complete from the blue box to red box, but why they suddenly start to drag this area, which means that the squeeze is dragging out, but the run is still there, but there's dragging out this much, right? Not even this much. They even like fucking dragging out this much. So it's crazy how they're dragging this out. You see, they're dragging this part out here up to this level. It's not even this level. They're dragging this part even longer. So they want the time. They want more time, right? It's crazy how they're dragging this out. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's not easy. Suddenly they change their time. It's not it's not I change the time. It's that me is just adapting the market maker's time, right? So I just look at this. This is what they're doing. You see, these fucking market makers are crazy. They just want to fuck you over with the options. I think they know that people play call options, and then they just fucking drag out the time like this, and then fuck you over. All right, but anyway, yeah, we're very close. It's getting there. And then I think FFA also have a gap. They left, so they did a gap up here, so they might come down to fill this gap like that, I think, and then start to go for our first dump, which what GME is going to do in somewhere in mid-July. I think on the OPEX week, July 15 or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, July 15. Yeah, on the OPEX week, I think we could see a first dump. Yeah, I think that makes sense. AMC, OPEX week. Yeah, I think it could also happen in OPEX. I mean, AMC will follow GME anyway, so AMC is going to I don't know where AMC is actually right now. AMC done this, AMC done that, AMC going through this, but it's kind of pretty much fucked up. I don't know. It looks really weird. But yeah, they might maybe go up a little bit and then maybe have a pullback when GME pullback. So, but anyway, I'm watching the first dump. Yeah, I think on the OPEX week. So maybe Wednesday. Let's say if this first dump happened on Wednesday, for example, let's say FFAI on Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, maybe let's say first dump happened on Wednesday. I don't buy call options for that. Okay, for example, let's assume that the first dump happened on Monday, then OPEX week might be maybe good, but you have to have an assumption that because now you see how market makers are delaying time. Let's say if you want to trade, let's say you're like trader, then I'll probably do a 1 week, another week out, like maybe July 25, right? Then if this thing pop, let's say Monday, you're still safe. but also if this thing pop on Wednesday, because Wednesday is the time the time decay really start, right? Like it's like eating up your value, right? So let's say if they drag it out, and then this dump doesn't happen until Wednesday and drag it out to next week, but you still save, right? So those kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's just what I'm trying to say. So first dump could happen on the OPEX week maybe, and then have a pullback, right? Same thing as GME, right? First dump, pullback, and then a giant rally happen here, kick up the rally, maybe August, maybe end of July, I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. This thing also do a dump, pullback, start to run. They have all this gap here to fill on FFAI on 30 minutes, $3, $3.50. There's also gap here at 11, $13.50 maybe. So and could reach there by September right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Trying to figure out the time. There's a huge gap up could happen on August 11th. What's going to happen on August 11th? August 11th is going to be here. So maybe FFAI have some events or something. Maybe they short, maybe some, I don't know, maybe they short cover first before AMC GME, like how cost did. Cost sometimes they run first and then GME AMC follow after. So yeah, something to to watch out for. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So today I cover SPY, Bitcoin, GameStop, AMC, and FFAI. Hopefully that's enough for today. And yeah, like I said, something's going to happen in July. I don't know what's going to happen. Something major is going to happen to SPY, and SPY is going to crash, and it's going to crash big time. And especially next year. Next year, SPY is going to crash big time. And then Bitcoin. And yeah, GameStop, I'm expecting some major news from GameStop. Possibly a large acquisition. We'll see if this is going to be a PSA or something else. We're going to find out within, I think, 2 weeks. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Thank you. Bye.